Good morning, boys and girls. Happy March. This morning, the disciples we're going to meet are called Judas and Thomas. Now, Judas and Thomas have both been friends with Jesus for a very long time, but they know Jesus differently. No two people know you the same way. Your friends will always think of you as someone a little bit different. Somebody knows your favorite color and somebody else knows your favorite movie, but nobody knows all of you. So these two people know Jesus fairly differently, and we're going to talk a little bit about how both of them view Jesus, and then discuss how we, each of us, view Jesus as well, because we're all friends as well. So sit down and let's talk about how we know Jesus. We have two stories today, and the first one is about a man named Judas. Judas was a friend of Jesus for a very long time. But then he went to these guys, who are called the chief priests. And they were in charge. And they didn't like Jesus. So Judas went up to them, and he said, "I know Jesus very well. And I can hand him over to you." And the priests liked the idea of that. So they gave Judas a whole bunch of money and said, "You bring me Jesus, and this is all yours." Our other story today is about this guy named Thomas. Now, after Jesus died, all of the other disciples saw Jesus come alive again. But Thomas wasn't there. So they all came running and they said, "Thomas, Thomas, Thomas, guess what? You'll never believe what happened. We saw Jesus." Thomas said, "What? I don't think so. I was there when Jesus died. And if he really came back, then I want to see him. And I want to see all of the scratches and scars that he got from being crucified. I will not believe that he's alive until I see all of that." A few days after that, Thomas was sitting having dinner with some of his disciple friends, and all of a sudden, even though all the doors were locked and all the windows were closed and there was no way into the room, all of a sudden Jesus was there. And he looked at them and he said, "Hey, it's me, guys." Thomas went over to him and he saw all the cuts and scars from his crucifixion, and he said, "Wow, Jesus, that really is you." And Jesus said, "Yes, you see and you believe. But blessed are all of those people who believed even though they didn't see." So we talked about two fellas today who both looked at Jesus in a different way. Judas looked at Jesus as somebody who was going to make him rich. And Thomas refused to believe in Jesus unless he saw him with his own eyes. So today, we've got a little cutout of a person, and I'm going to ask you, what does Jesus look like to you? Does he look like a pile of money coming your way? Do you always picture him with the scars and the suffering? How is it that you think Jesus looks? So use your markers or your colored pencils or stickers or glitter pens or whatever it is you have at home, and whatever it is makes you really think that this is the best way to make Jesus for me. Personally, I always think of Jesus with nice long brown hair and a beige sort of robe that he travels around with that matches his sandals because, I don't know, he likes to match his clothes. Maybe that's just me. I'm going to draw him with his hair a little messy. Because he's always on the road and he's always talking to different people. Doesn't really have a whole lot of time to stay at home and get himself all pretty. So that is what my Jesus is going to look like. You draw yours. Put some time into it, put some thought into it. I guess I need to find a pencil sharpener. When you're finished coloring your Jesus, mine's always smiling because, you know, Jesus is always happy to see you. What we're going to do is we're going to cut them out. And you'll see that there are two little half moon things. We're going to cut those out as well. Now, it's hard to cut on cardboard, so just like whenever we cut anything else, if you need help, don't be scared to ask your grown-up. They would love to come over and assist you. Perfect. When you've got all the pieces cut out, you'll notice that there are little lines on both of the half moons and on Jesus's feet. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut along those lines. Then we're going to take each of the half moons and slide the slits together. So that now our Jesus will stand up. That's a little bit more difficult to see from there. Good job, everybody. I love to see the Jesus that you've come up with. So you've taken any pictures? Let me know. Maybe your Jesus can come visit mine. I'm going to take him to the church so that he hangs out there. Before we leave today, we're going to read our prayer together. So grab your little insert and settle yourself down so we can read together. Dear God, thank you for seeing each of us clearly and letting us meet the real you. Amen. Amen, boys and girls, and I will see you all again next week. Bye.